Woohoo! We are live stream number 14. Gratitude, 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 gratitude. Tea. Louis Luft, hello. Welcome to Here Now live stream. Is this your first live stream? I think my audio's on. I think it is. Nice. Yes. So glad that you can make it. I'm here every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I really enjoy the space. It's been very healing for me, healing for those who are attending every time I'm on. So really happy to have you here. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, how are you feeling today? I got myself some tea. Every live stream I have tea. I'm really glad you're doing this. I've watched your videos for a long time now, and your advice has always given me this clarity or something, or been something that I needed to hear. That is so great to hear, Louie. Yeah, it's so funny. I've been doing this for quite a while, like maybe 3. I started in 2019, and it's been such a journey. So I feel grateful that the videos that I've been sharing, the messages I've been sharing has been helpful. You've taken a little bit away from them. Indeed, I learned so much from just life. I do a lot of reading too. I just enjoy reading, and yeah, just like flowing with life, which is what we're going to talk about today. Well, being in the flow state, setting intentions, and a big part of that is flowing with the universe, flowing with life, because all the answers we need are truly right in front of us, right? This is why I call it, Here Now live stream. The intention is to expand our awareness around what it means to be in the present moment, what it means to be present, and it's definitely been expanding mine, everyone on here. So, once again, grateful you're here to come along and join. Where are you from, by the way? I'm in Florida. So I'm on Eastern Standard. 6:45 p.m. here. We've had some people who are northern states and out of the state, so it's been different people coming in and out, different time zones. Sometimes it's like 12 or 1 in the morning when people join, so I think it's pretty cool opening up the space. Whoever comes, whoever stops by, come in and enjoy the Here Now live streams. England, nice. Wow, I've never been to England. Definitely on the bucket list. Have you ever been to the States at all? The closest I've been to England was like Spain and France. The closest I've been. But I will definitely visit. Let's see what time it is over there. Huh? All right, it's London. Almost 12. Sean, what's up, King? Thank you for moderating once again. It's good to see you once again. Here Now live stream number 14. We're going strong. How are you feeling today, Sean? I'm cooling my tea. That's what I'm doing. Never. I always wanted to as a child. I romanticized it a lot, but it seems the media has really screwed up my view of America. You know, I love watching on YouTube people who are from different countries and like just trying different things from different countries, and they often share their perspective. And a lot of them shared your point of view, Louis. They would listen to the media and like have this point of view on Americans, and then they'd come to America and then they'd be like, oh, Americans are pretty cool. Like they're not like what the media made them out to be. And you know, the media is good at that. The media is great doing that and creating how would I say it? Narratives, identities, things like that. So yeah. Don't let the media screw up your point of view. They're good at that. That's their job. We're cool. I mean, I can't speak for all Americans. All right. I'm not going to do that. I'll speak for myself. All right. I'm pretty cool. I'm so, but yeah, doing awesome. That's good, Sean. I'm doing pretty good myself. The new moon was yesterday, and the new moon is great for intention setting. When you're planning something out, you're starting something new, the energy is right. This is the best time, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I've got something cooking up for y'all. You'll hear about it soon. So looking forward to that. Been having fun. The process is everything. The journey is everything. The journey is the destination, and the destination is the journey. Try to embody an open-minded mindset overall. That's the way to go. That's the way to go, Louie. You know, this is how you enjoy life to its fullest. We can laugh at the media, because once we truly understand their tactics, we can't unsee it, you know? And when you step outside of that, you have that open mind. You can enjoy others way more. We're all individuals, honestly. Even though we're from different countries, we have different cultures. We're all very much more the same than we are different. And that's why it's so important to, like, just travel in general. Like, wherever you're from, leave your country. Like, go somewhere that's a straight culture shock. I did that with my friend back in 2017. I wanted to go to a country that I felt was really different from the United States, and I visited Japan. Gosh, I love that country. I'm definitely going back. So we need to step out of our comfort zones. We need to step out of our country, see the rest of the world, and realize, get a much more expanded perspective. That's a good suggestion, Sean. Yes, Louie, if you're feeling like the nature around you, that you don't find it, definitely find some, like, houseplants. Being uncomfortable is your theme this year? Yes, I'm there with you. 20, everyone on this live stream, Louie, Sean. 2023 is our year. Louie, so let me dive into that question too, right? What is your advice for someone struggling with living in a place with such a dense environment, with the lack of nature? I rarely leave my house. So, nature, right? I would suggest, if you have 5 plants, so much more, I have 5. How would you like your environment to look? Maybe kind of create that and bring it to you in more ways. Maybe you find different plants. Get yourself involved in different types of plants. Think about your window, and even, I don't know how, exactly the weather is like out there. But this is what I always say, right? The situation we're in is a situation we need. How do we know that? Because it's the situation we're in. And one of the best things to do is we find opportunity where we are. Often we might think that the area we live in, it doesn't offer something to us. But there is something. It's one of those things where we talk about having that open mind. It's truly asking the question, where is the place I need to be right now? Or where is a place I can explore, or something like that? Whatever comes to mind, maybe look it up. Travel to a different place. Do something you've never done before, Louie. We're talking about being uncomfortable this year. Because when we step out of our comfort zone, we essentially end up creating a new comfort zone. Now, the transition, it might feel uncomfortable. But when we have this practice of presence, practice of taking care of our mind, we can be present in that transition. And it doesn't need to be as scary or as fearful. I think for you, Louie, I would say hop on board with this space of shifting into kind of like, I would say, you could still be in your same environment, but you're creating an entirely new environment, right? By setting intentions for something new. What is something you have thought about doing, but you haven't done? Let me know. What is something you thought about doing, but you have not done? And it's something that you know you can do. All right? Let me know. Let me know. Emoji James Brown. Welcome to Here Now live stream. You meet the right people when you get out of your comfort zone. Oh my goodness. The truth in that. When you get out of your comfort zone, you're meeting the right people, you're exposing yourself to new situations, new ideas, essentially opening up new neural networks within your mind. Like, this is what allows you to actually, like, you're stepping more out of the past in your mind and into the present moment more, because you're putting yourself in a new environment. Therefore, you're looking around and you're like, whoa, this is new. So you're more present, and it allows you to really break free from holding on to the past, holding on from a past identity, because you're creating a new world for yourself, you know? And you can still live in the same place, in the same room, when you set intentions to create more, or to create differently, to explore more, to explore new places, things like that. Your environment ends up, like, the feeling of it shifts, even though physically you're in the same space, you know? I think, Louis, you are in the perfect place right now. This is the place for you to sit back and come back to the drawing board and be like, what is something new I can do to open my mind, to expand my awareness? What is something I never thought I'd do before? And do it. Do it. One of the things I like doing with my one-to-one clients is, for 1 week, they do something different every day. So 7 days, they're doing something different. Whether they're making a new recipe, whether they are traveling, like doing a mini 1-day road trip somewhere, buying themselves something they never bought themselves or never thought, whatever it might be. You're bringing in something new and different to add more to your environment, add more to your life. And little things like that make big changes. It's all about those little small things we do. They make big changes in our perspective. And we really hop out of, any limited thinking that might be there. Thank you. To top it off, the weather in the UK is gray most of the time. I have heard that for sure. I've heard that, and, I do like indulging in videos that share so many different places, so I've definitely seen how gray it is out there. I think the best thing I could say, because, I live in Florida, so I wouldn't say that I personally have that experience of being in an environment that's always gray outside. But one thing I know for sure is that we're always in the place where we need to be, Maybe this is an opportunity for you to say, hey, I'm not satisfied with this moment. I'm going to step outside and maybe check out a new country or check out a new area that has more sun, right? There's something called, divine discontent. And basically it's just, it's not something not totally where the ego takes over and we feel like, life is meaningless. It's more of just like, I realize that where I am right now isn't satisfactory, and that I can do better and I could be somewhere better or do something better. And so I think this is a perfect time, especially it being the new moon. The energy right now is take advantage. Like, this is the perfect time to open yourself up and invite in new ideas that allow you to find satisfaction and feel, more satisfied, at least with where you are, in your current state. You yearn to live by the beach in a warm place. Are there any beaches by you? Or at the very least, large bodies of water? Anything like that? Beach is beautiful. Beach is beautiful. I understand that. Cold. It being cold. Because I'm from Florida. I wouldn't say when it's cold, it just takes me a little bit extra awareness because I'm not used to it all the time. It's always tank tops and sandals or being barefoot out here. I would say this too, Louie, like that right there can be an intention that you set. Is that something you feel that you can work towards? Like, is that something you feel like you can each and every day, manifest into your life, bring it, invite it more and more into your life, really take action on these visions that arise within our mind. Everything has meaning, even if we're not aware of it, even when we're at a point where we're like, this feels purposeless or something like that, there's just know that there's always something in this moment, in the present moment, that is for you. There isn't the nearest one is far and freezing. I wonder what fun things or what type of hobbies can be done, like, do you have hobbies, by the way? I know you have plants, but do you have hobbies? Is there anything that brings you joy? Maybe for the moment, I'm just putting out different things, just like going out there, maybe for the moment it's like, hey, all right, if this is a current situation that cannot be changed, then what can I do? Where do I have control as to in my external world, right? Because here and Here Now live stream, we always talk about that sense of beingness and tapping into source on our own within meditation. I highly recommend that you have a meditation practice if you don't, because when you do, what I'm sharing with you becomes more apparent, and then you can see like, these are the things that I can do. I know I'm here in England, it's freezing, it's cold, it's gray all the time, but that doesn't have to hold me back, it doesn't have to feel like a struggle. There's definitely, out of the infinite possibilities that exist, there's definitely a couple, at the very least one possibility, where I look around and I'm like, hell yeah. And when you have that mindset and that point of view, it takes you anywhere you want to go. You meet the right people, you're in the right place, right time. Doesn't matter where you are, right? It's knowing that you are beyond your life situation. You are beyond it. So you're not equal to it. You're beyond it. And this is a moment for you to dive into that and to truly see that, especially being here and Here Now live stream. Sometimes when we're in a place of yearning, it's not that comfortable because every day we're like, this moment is in the way of another future moment, And one of the best ways when we talk about open-mindedness and receiving and intention setting is sitting here and saying, all right, I'm here now. What can I do now? You look around your room, do a bit of meditation, maybe a bit of research. I'm literally about to look up, like, I don't know, fun things to do in England. I'm just going to do it really quick. No worries, Louie. We're in here now, live stream. You know, we're here. We're keeping it real. What we feel, you don't need to apologize for how you're feeling. You know, that's just how you're feeling. Allow yourself to feel it. That's another thing too, you know. Often our mind is like, this is how this moment should be. This is how the world should be. This is how my world should be. And that should be puts us in that depressed place. That should be makes our world so gray. Like, I live in Florida, and there were moments where the sun was bright, was beautiful. Palm trees were popping. But I was in my room incredibly sad, incredibly depressed, right? So that's just to share with you. Yeah, you know, it is nice living in a sunny place, in a warm place, but that won't solve your problems long term if there's something deeper there, right? You can definitely manifest that. Oh, without a doubt. We're master manifestors. Once we learn to consciously manifest, manipulating energy like crazy. But one of the things that I have found with manifestation is that if there is no true like inner practice with bringing yourself back to being, bringing yourself back to source, it doesn't matter what you manifest in your material world, it won't be enough because there wasn't that inner. So, like I said, you're in the perfect place right now. Like, don't let your mind, you know, convince you and like get it twisted. I invite you to, you know, if you need some guided meditations, you know, be sure to check out the guided meditation that I have too for being aware of thoughts and emotions and putting in those practices, having those self-love practices. There's so much opportunity right now, and all you have to do is open up and it's there. You know, when we're in those places when we're like, oh, this is meaningless, you know. And it's understandable that I think it's understandable because what happens in that space of feeling this meaningless is that there is an attachment to, like I said before, how the moment should be. And so that attachment is what actually leads to those, you know, that darkness, you know. It's all, so much of it is perspective, you know. Affirm to yourself every day, I'm in the perfect place and the opportunities surround me. And surrender and look around and like, oh man, there's a lot more here. I was just missing. I wasn't looking. I was looking only here, but it's everywhere. Transetta, welcome back. Appreciate this space. Thanks, Morsi. Much love, Transetta. Much love. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Feel emotional. Louie, not a problem. Not a problem. This is what I love to do. And I send you so much love. Like I said, you're in a perfect place. You are in the perfect place. Yeah, you know what, Louie? This one last thing, then we're gonna dive into meditation and breath work, and we're gonna hop back into this too anyway, because we're talking about intention setting and we're talking about flow state. But Louis, I challenge you, all right? Find a new hobby, something new, a new hobby, a new project. Maybe you want to build something in your house, something new in your life to invite in. Something that you can work on every day, maybe a new skill that you'd like to master, whatever. Challenge you to invite that into your life. Whatever it is. All right, simple. All right, we're on this new moon energy. We got to take advantage. All right. I'm already looking here. I was like, fun things to do in England when it's gray. And there's so much stuff. It's endless. All right. Visit the Hogwarts Express. All right. Alrighty. For everyone here and anyone here attending Here Now live stream, I want to thank you for attending this wonderful space. More than anything, thank yourself for attending this space, for giving yourself the opportunity to expand your present moment awareness, to invite in more ideas, a deeper understanding of what it means to be here now. You are in the right place. Everything is unfolding as it should. The situation that you're in is a situation you need the most right now. The most. So thank yourself. Thank yourself for being here. And remember, you've come very far. You've come very far. And you're landed in the right place, all right? Here Now live stream. What? Couldn't have been in a better place. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here in Here Now live stream. What? Having a mental breakdown thinking about that. Take your time. It doesn't even have to. It can be that you choose to pick a new meal to cook, Louis. Nothing big. You don't have to like travel to another country or anything. You can choose to make a new meal. All right. You can visit the I don't know if you like animals. You can visit an animal adoption area. You know, anything small to shift up your perspective, to get you out of that normal routine. You don't have to go from 0 to 100. You can go from 0 to 1. You can go to 0 to 0.5. No, that's going back. You can go from 0. You can go from 0 to 0.5, right? It doesn't have to be so. It could be at your pace, but anything new. Alrighty. Alrighty. Go for it, Louis. Wherever you are, get in a comfortable position. I invite you to join me in this meditation and breath work. Wherever you are, get in a comfortable position. You can sit up, you can lay down, preferably in a position where you are alert and aware. We're going to start off with an inner body awareness meditation, and then slide into some breath work. Get comfortable. Notice any tension within your body. Scan your body. From your toes to your heels. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . From your heels to your knees. From your knees to your hips. From your hips to your chest. From your chest to your shoulders. From your shoulders to your elbows. From your elbows to your palms. From your palms to your fingertips. Scan your neck to your jaw. From your jaw to your entire face, your head, everything. Bring your awareness to your third eye and crown. Take a moment to fully bring awareness to your body. Give it another scan. Awareness is love. Your awareness, your attention. There's so much power in that. What you give awareness to, you give life to. When you give awareness to your body, you give life to your body. Give life back to yourself. It's regenerative. Follow the inhalation and exhalation of your breath, the very natural inhale and exhale. Take a deep breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Take a moment to take in this breath work. Breath is life. The more you breathe in, you energize the cells within your body. With your breath, with your awareness, you give life back to yourself. Oh, that was unfortunate. Thank yourself. Thank your body. Thank your body for what it does each and every day. Send your heart some love. Send your lungs some love. Send your kidneys some love, your adrenals, your pancreas, all the major organs in your body. Send them love. They work for you, and we aren't even fully aware. Ronan, welcome back. Namaste. Great to see you here once again. That's my entire day consists of letting my dog in and out of my room. Yes. That is for Queen, my cat. That is the usual. If my door is closed, like, she's going to come back. And she's going to start scratching at the door to come back in. And it does not stop. She's quite consistent. So it's either that or I leave my door cracked. But I would much rather it closed. It's such a... Every single time, I literally just surrender and I just get up and I'm like, okay, I'll open it for you. And I'll close it. You guys know what time it is. It's gratitude time. We just finished some breath work and meditation. We just thanked our body. We gave awareness to our body, to our breath. Breath is life. Whatever you give awareness to, that's love. That's love. You are very welcome, Louie. Very welcome. All right. Natural choice incense, plant-based incense. If anyone is interested in plant-based incense, no toxins. Alrighty. Check it out. Link in bio. I am an affiliate partner. So if you're interested in this is also a way of supporting this channel, supporting me. Go ahead and check it out. Today I'm going to use patchouli. Smells great. No. Later. It's okay. My mom's going to feed my cat. She already ate. It's not a problem. Alrighty. Trenzetta, much love. The actual time. Alright, we're going to use patchouli. So it says, experience the natural incense. Our incense is made the old-fashioned way from scratch with raw natural ingredients which include spices, coconut charcoal, wood powders, and tree saps. Alright? That's the one where we're setting some gratitude today. The new moon was yesterday, y'all. The new moon, it's the perfect time for us to set intentions on new ideas, new projects that we'd like to put our energy in and put our intention in. You know, one of the greatest ways to flow with the universe, one of the greatest ways to transurf reality is flowing with the moon cycles, because the moon affects us all. Alrighty? Let me know, what are you grateful for, everyone? Let me know in the chat, what are you feeling much gratitude for? What are you feeling much gratitude for at the moment? I'm going to give my cat a snack real quick. I will say that I'm feeling much gratitude within myself to witness resilience. So gratitude for resilience. So when I say resilience, it's specifically for myself is becoming aware of old outdated patterns and choosing to put one foot in front of the other, allowing myself to open up to infinite possibilities, to new possibilities, stepping out of the mind's, the past conditioned patterns. So that's what I mean, and that's what I'm grateful for. Incredibly grateful for that. If there's anything you're grateful for, do share it in the chat. I'd love to see it. Gratitude is one of the most simplest ways to instantly bring yourself to this moment right here. When you choose to be here now, you immediately connect with Source. Immediately. It's easy. We've all done it. It's not difficult. Some say, meditation is hard. I can't concentrate. It's that exact thought that stops you from connecting to Source, from feeling that sense of calm, from relieving yourself of stress and overwhelm. Gratitude for all that you have accomplished, and all that you are. We're not villainizing the mind. We're just taking care of it. We're showing it where to look. We're showing it what to perceive. We're showing it what to give energy to. Gratitude. Just Sean. I'm grateful for discernment and uncomfortable experiences. I felt that. Discernment, uncomfortable experiences. Louis, my ability to be aware, connection, good health, occasional peace, the body, and food. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. When we acknowledge any time when peace arises within our life, within our awareness, it just expands. Give gratitude for that. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Ronan, grateful for the experience of being. Being. Those moments when you release all labels, right? I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a spiritual teacher / life coach. No. Being. Being. When you are in that state of just being, it's nice. It's real nice. Those attachments you once had, for that moment, for that however long it was, it could be 1 second, 5 seconds, it could be a minute, it doesn't matter. For that moment, you set yourself free. You have transcended the mind. You have gone beyond the mind. Sometimes it feels like transcending the mind. It feels like it's this huge feat, but it's not. It's easy. You could do it like this. Simple. When you're aware enough. It's simple. It's simple. And that one caveman and woman in millions and millions of years ago that got me here, they're the real ones. Cheers to them. Cheers to them. Cheers to our ancestors. Cheers to the cavemen. You know, they started the line. They started this line. You know, they had to walk and crawl and paint on the walls for us to be here. They had to walk so we could run, you know? Queenie, you were quite talkative today. Would you like to speak to the HNL live streamers? Yes, no, maybe so? Gosh, Queenie Bee. Would you like to join in on the conversation? All right. Gratitude. Gratitude for discomfort, for discernment and uncomfortable experiences. Gratitude for our ability to be aware, for connection, good health, occasional peace, the body and food. Gratitude. Grateful for the experience of being. So much gratitude. And gratitude for the cavemen and cave women millions of years ago that are part of us being here today. Cheers. Cheers, y'all. Alrighty. Take a moment, whatever you said you were grateful for. Take a moment to sit in that, to feel it, to feel its presence right here in this moment. Not a second, take a moment, all right? A moment. Gratitude for my cat's meow every second. I try not to complain. There are so many blessings that I feel go unnoticed, even if my life isn't how I would like it to be. Like peanut butter. Indeed, I would say that that is the beauty of gratitude practices, right? This is the perfect time to just dive into the topic, right? You would think it's a full moon with how active this cat is. Usually she's sleeping, like she's chilling. But it's just like, nah, you know what? Today, I am just going to... We're just going to leave it there. All right, y'all? We're going to leave it there. Intention setting, all right? We talked about the new moon. I have this book. Yes, by the way, y'all. By the way. Much gratitude and love for every single person who has supported this channel in any way possible. I see it. I'm grateful for you. Thank you. If you would like to support this channel, be sure to give this video give it a conscious like. Tap it. Take one breath in, one breath out. There we go. Be sure to share this with someone you know. Invite them to the Here Now live stream space. I do also have a book list that I link down below. Those are all of the books that have inspired me throughout my entire awakening process and continue to do so. I do update it often when I remember the book that I read. There's a good amount on there. I think there's like 41 books right now, and I have to add another one. I've been reading this book. This book is pretty cool, right? Moon Magic, Your Complete Guide to Harnessing the Mystical Energy of the Moon. It's really nice to get in tune with other aspects of reality, other celestial beings such as the moon and the sun. You know, enlightenment is intimacy with all things. And when we choose to do little things like acknowledging a new moon, a full moon, a waning moon, or a waxing moon, or anything, acknowledging the sun, it brings us into the present moment, restores life within us, life force energy. Enlightenment is intimacy with all things. Whatever you give your fullest awareness to, right? That puts you in a state of fulfillment and satisfaction. Sometimes the societies that we live in, we get it a little twisted, you know? We start to prioritize material gain. And listen, we all came here for the human experience. We're human beings. We're spiritual beings living the human experience. There's nothing wrong with material gain. What happens when we turn the corner and we follow the crowd is when we think that the material gain is going to give us the fulfillment that we're looking for. That is all. And when you come back to you and you choose to have your meditation practices, you hold your ceremonies for the shifting of the moon, whatever you feel you resonate with the most. I'm just sharing this with y'all because this is what has helped me. Doing little things like that, connecting myself more and more, grounding myself into this world, out of the head, into my body, the groundedness of the body, out of my head and into, you know, this planet, being here now. I'm not trying to go out into some other spiritual dimension. No, I came here for a reason. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be human. I'm going to be in this world. I'm going to enjoy nature and ground myself. And in that, the amount of possibilities that awaken, your psychic abilities, your third eye, whatever it is you're looking for, all because you chose to be here now. It's insane. It's beyond anything that I could even share with you. Alrighty, so full moon. There's some interesting conspiracies about the moon. In or out? In or out? Yes, indeed, Ronan. Indeed, Ronan, I have heard such things. Like the moon being a hologram. Is that what you're referring to? I dive into those things. I will say this. It's so interesting learning about learning about aspects of reality that aren't directly shown to us, but, some people might tap into it, some people might hear it. I think for me, I'm always very, I would say, wary and cautious about how I speak about those aspects of reality. Because one, I don't know 100%, I don't know. Do I think the moon landing was a thing? I mean, shoot, based on the research I saw, I don't think anyone landed on the moon. But how am I to know? I've never been. Even in this book, I'm sharing it, but sometimes when I read it, I'm like, oh, this is okay. I'm not one to always believe the first thing that comes, especially, with the events that have been happening within society. Like, I've definitely learned to, whenever something comes out, do not believe the first thought that comes to mind. A lot of things that are shared, I find that there are not a lot of people who are ready to hear it. And hearing it prematurely can cause a lot of suffering. It can cause trauma, for the lack of better words. It can cause a lot of paranoia. It can cause so much to the human psyche, to just the psyche that pulls us out of the present moment, and it pulls us out of being here. This doesn't mean that we deny what we hear. It does not mean that we choose to be ignorant to what's coming out, because a lot of what was considered conspiracy is clearly showing up to not be that. But I've learned within my research, conversations with the people around me. We have conversations about a lot, y'all. Listen, I know a lot of things that's happening. I just don't talk about it because it's not something I'm interested at the moment in sharing, but there are a lot of people who are sharing it. I just know it's important to be just to be aware. Make sure that when you're sharing it, you're aware that someone who's hearing it is going to feel fear. So be sure that you are solution-based and not problem-based. So if you're going to share this quote-unquote conspiracy, be sure you're giving endless solutions. Otherwise, it's just going to cause just too much overwhelm and stress, because it's essentially sharing a problem that it feels like you can't be solved. I'll say this, we came here at this time for a reason. Our souls, whatever you might want to call it, our individual spirits, our souls, we chose this time for a reason. We chose to consciously be here for a reason, and whatever we're experiencing is an experience we need. And especially now, it's definitely the time. If you feel you have a certain purpose in this world, you feel purpose in any way, invite that in and act on it, because that is your intuition speaking. That is your soul's path, and follow it and focus on that. Make sure you have a healthy relationship with what's being shared, with what you're talking about, with what you're discovering, whether it's you're discovering it by yourself, you're shooting out into the astral world, you're shooting out into some other dimension, whatever your experience is. All right. I've talked to quite a few human beings who've had so many experiences, and I have observed the discomfort in their body from the awareness of this. And that takes away from feeling empowered. It takes away from you, I don't know, I want to say completing the mission, your mission, and whatever it is. So I'm very, very careful about what I share, because I know that when you are grounded, right? When we talk about, a lot of times there's so much focus on the upper chakras, like third eye, the crown, right? Like shooting out into the spiritual world because, Earth is ghetto and we're not supposed to be here, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if you guys have heard that term, right? That creates a lot of resistance. It's not a fun life to live. And also, it's the same thing. Like sometimes you can open up your kundalini when you're not ready. So you start seeing spirits and you start having experiences that you're not ready for. This is why it's so important. You give awareness to your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, all those that have to do with your safety, that have to do with your confidence. Like, ground yourself. You must ground yourself before trying to activate all these upper chakras, because it's not going to result in the most optimal experience. And this is why present moment awareness, this is why, you don't need to have a moon ceremony if you think the moon is a hologram. It's all good. I'm still vibing. The moon is bright. I think it's cool. So I'm vibing with the moon. Hologram, whatever. I guess that's my whatever, But yeah, my intention is always to be in a grounded space. So when I receive this information, I'm not like going off the walls with stuff, because, that's when you're the most vulnerable, is when you're scared. Here's what I want to tell y'all. All right. Danger is real. Okay. Danger is real. Fear is not real. Okay. And so when you are aware that danger is out there, and you are grounded in who you are, you're able to be more rational and impartial in decision making. So then you're not being led by the illusion of fear. You're being led by your intuition. You're being led by your inner self, right? You're being led by your essence. Whatever you choose to tap into, okay? Take care of yourself, y'all. Take care of your mind. Don't just listen to what everybody puts out there, yo. Don't follow the crowd, because the crowd is lost. Louis, I agree. Nothing like a good conspiracy sometimes. I feel there's a spiritual war going on. However, we are not fighting physically, but with love. Yes, some people can't really comprehend certain information. It disrupts their belief systems. Yeah, I've seen so much of that when we talk about spiritual wars, and I feel like it goes into this, like, sometimes when you feel that there is a war on the outer, and it's not to say all right, just hear me out, all right? As within, so without. And if you feel like there's a war within yourself, it's very easy to like be attracted. Not that you feel, but sometimes we're unconscious and there's a war. And so we end up like being more attracted to more conflict and more drama within the outer world. And that, becomes how do you call it? A life. Is it the something fulfilling prophecy? I forgot what it is, but you continue to see it, and it's not to say there's not any form of a spiritual war, but I would say this, like, once again, when you have a practice of groundedness, when you have the practice of present moment, you're showing yourself self-love, you're taking care of your mind, your body, okay, you're able to become aware of what's happening, and like I said, make rational decisions. So many people are speaking from fear, man. Like I said, I get into that too, but it's just like, it just feels like fear mongering sometimes. So I do what I have to do. The information that I need, it comes to me when I need to see it. And then I focus on what I need to do, which is Here Now live stream, which is coaching and other things that are coming into awareness, because I feel like a big part of me being here is ensuring that we're grounded so that we can handle it. You want to talk about a war? Okay. If we're going to be on that energy, then how are we going to prepare? Are you going to just sit and watch a whole bunch of videos and sit in fear? Some people don't even recognize that fear they're feeling that fear. Some may say, yeah, I'm reading this conspiracy, I'm not, I'm not afraid, or something like that. Then when they tell it, when I listen, because I listen to others when they speak about it, and I'm like, yo, I feel your fear. Like, I feel it. Like, it's not like I haven't heard about this, but I feel your fear. And that's why I go in and out of that, because it distorts your perception of reality. What if you don't need to know that right now? What if you don't? What if you do? And when you do, maybe you'll be more prepared. I don't know if you guys kind of get what I'm saying. I think all in all, what I'm saying is take care of yourself. Whenever we are, whenever the world is going into, the collective, there's a bit of this like chaos, like for the pandemic, for example. Everyone's looking for truth somewhere. We're all looking for truth. We're all trying to find out, what's hidden, what's not being told to us, things like that. We're all looking for a sense of truth. And on your journey with that, hey, make sure you are meditating. Make sure you are returning to source. Make sure you do not forget that you are far more than this individual being. So you're balancing out that, okay? You remain aware of source. So, that's all I'm saying. Take care of yourself. I'm not saying I know everything about this. I'm just saying take care of yourself. Yes, some people can't really comprehend certain information. It disrupts their belief systems. Yeah. That's a big part of awakening when your belief system is disrupted. It's huge, but I would say too, like, some people don't need to know certain truths. Here, I could even say here, wherever you are right now, there are spirits walking around this entire, there's spirits in this room right now. I'm not aware of it, but there's different dimensions where we are, right? If I were to see spirits and I don't need to see the spirit, then that creates this premature, it might create this a sense of unnecessary fear. It might imprint something within my mind that just completely distorts my reality, right? So often, I would say there are times when it's important for belief systems to be questioned and disrupted so that we can, expand our awareness. But then there's also times when things are premature. And when I say that, many times I would say too, it's when this information is shared and there's not solutions. There's not something we can do right now. And that's the big thing, is like, bro, it just becomes this chaotic. It's not conducive. All right. So that's my take on those things. All right. That's my take. Anyway, setting intentions, whether you're chilling with the moon or you're not, set intentions for sure. And a little something that this is sharing, I wanted to share. Where is it? I just saw it. Full moon. I think it was page 18. That's why. There we go. New moon, new moon, new moon. Not the same as the dark moon. New moon. All right. This phase supports the early stages of developing an idea, activity, or planning anything that promotes betterment in your future. It is a time of new beginnings, a great period to start new relationships of any kind. It is a starting point for exploring new opportunities. Why worry about the opportunities you miss when fresh prospects are coming toward you? You are basically planting seeds of thoughts that will bloom into goals and start to manifest in the near future. So get ready to find that special love, new career, or even that just right new couch, right? So intention setting, I think one of the greatest things is like sit back and envision. And so, I talk a lot about present moment awareness and being here now. And a big aspect of that is learning how to use your thoughts. All right. Learning how to use your thoughts and learning how to use these visions without them using you. And a lot of times what pulls us out of the present moment is not being aware of how to use these very beautiful aspects of the mind. And then oftentimes the mind just ends up doing its thing. And then this is when we're overwhelmed. This is when we're stressed. This is when we're like, oh my gosh, those intrusive thoughts start coming in, and we don't know what to do with them. And so, what was I saying? Intrusive thoughts, present moment, intention. Setting intention, is a big part of using thought, using the mind, being here in this in this experience right here, and building and creating, right? And so when we set intentions, you might have this big end goal, but it's important that in between you set goals that are very realistic. When I say realistic, they are achievable, they're reachable. I'm not sure if y'all have heard of, it's called SMART. It's a SMART goals. Has anyone heard of SMART goals? Unbarred Mind, peace and love, family. Unbarred Mind, welcome back. Welcome back to Here Now live stream. Good to see you here. Appreciate your energy. Louis, I agree. I feel approaching new information with skepticism has helped me not jump to conclusions, and that being approached with problems without solutions is useless to me. There we go. There we go. You see, this is how we become independent thinkers, all right? This is how we stop following the crowd. Sometimes I envision myself, I'm sitting up on a wall, eating an apple, and I'm looking down, and everybody's running crazy. And I'm like, I see it. Like, that's the energy, that I like to vibe in and to be in, So yeah, it's definitely an experience. Just like not believing the first thought that comes to mind, right? Don't believe the first news article or title or this new trend that's going on or new information, that you might come across. Question it. It's not to say, oh, that's wrong immediately. Just be like, that's it. And it already puts you in a steady place. You're not being tugged and pulled without your conscious permission. Never heard of SMART goals, Sean? Well, I got you. SMART goals. And they have worksheets too. I recently, I would say, was introduced to this fully. I remember hearing about it, but I was fully introduced to this maybe like a week ago. But it's great, right? So the S stands for specific, right? Make goals clear and specific. Be as specific as possible. All right. So let's say, for example, one of your goals is to be out in nature more. Be specific. All right. You can say, tomorrow I'm going to this park. Name the park. If you don't know a park, you can name an area. You can name what you want to be around, what you would like to feel, but be as specific as possible. Louis, you heard of SMART goals? I think I was taught it once, just never implemented it. Louis, this is a great time to do so. Honestly, I can tell you that as I dive in more and more to conscious manifestation, when we talk about having this inclination to follow, and for example, many times when we are looking to manifest something, a lot of people say, a lot of people are led by lack and fear. So it's like, I'm doing this because I don't have this. I'm doing this because I'm afraid of losing this. And that energy long term is not conducive to, you. Just you as a human being, to your fulfillment, to your inner peace. We must shift how we do these things. And when we shift it to ensuring like, hey, I'm grateful, I have everything I need. And at the same time, there's a couple things I'd like to see myself materialize in this world. All right, what is the most effective and efficient way of materializing these things? While simultaneously being here now, while simultaneously not feeling there being a deficit or a lack in life. Know that that is possible. Know that that is possible. It may not be spoken about, but it is possible to have your cake and eat it too. Okay? That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Okay? Cool. Gonna do it right now, Sean? Yes. I knew you would. I knew you would. The Uva Grape, welcome back to Here Now live stream. I wish I was in a meditative state all day, every day. My thoughts always make me lose focus on what I'm doing. Let me tell you, the Uva Grape, the moment you become aware, you're good. Don't worry about what you think the moment should look like, what you think your thoughts should be doing. Your thoughts are not your enemies. We're all here and we're learning how to use thought instead of thought using us. Give yourself a pat on the back. You're doing an amazing job for the fact that you even invite a meditative state into your life. You're doing an amazing job for the fact that you're even aware of thought. What? You're even aware of the fact that you are not your thoughts. What? You're doing amazing. Continue to affirm that to yourself. When you're aware enough, you step into the present moment. All right. Honor your thoughts. Honor your emotions. All right. You're doing a great job. Doing a great job. All right. S stands for specific. M stands for measurable. A stands for attainable. R stands for relevant. And T stands for time-based. All right. So wherever you are, take advantage of this time to set an intention. It does not have to be anything it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could literally be like, I'd like to cook something new. All right. I'd like to get out the house and go for a walk. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anything new. All right. S. So we said S. It's making clear and specific goals. M is define measurable assets. Something that's measurable. So I would say like I plan to be at the park. You can name a park, the Morsi Anderson Park, for 2 hours, right? Measurable, something measurable. Confirm your goals are attainable. That is so important. I want to talk to y'all about it being attainable. There's so many times within my personal life, within goal setting, that I have set goals that aren't attainable. It must be a goal that is so easy. Like, you can do it. You know it. Not this like, I think I can. No. When you set the goal, you're going to look at that and be like, hell yeah, I could do this without a doubt. That is an aspect of the SMART goal. If you set a goal and you're questioning it, break it down. Break it in smaller. Let's say you want to go to the gym more. All right. Hey, yo, you have your membership. Start off with, I'm just going to go to the gym. I'm going to walk in and out. I know I can walk in and out. Start with that. Oh, next time I'm going to stay 5 minutes. I'm just going to go on the treadmill. I'm going to do some bicep curls, some tricep, 5 minutes. Peace out. Right? As you feel more comfortable, increase how long you've been there. As long as it is attainable. Because what happens is when you create goals that are not attainable, it starts to, and then you're not reaching, you don't see yourself, those goals happening within your life. It starts to tug at your self-worth because you're not setting goals that is attainable. So now you're beginning to question yourself and your abilities. You are more than capable of achieving anything you want. If the vision arises within your mind, it's yours to materialize. It's yours to manifest. Now it's your responsibility, now that you have this vision, to create a strategy where each and every day you are creating SMART goals. You are creating specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based goals for yourself, right? So if anything, this whole period, you can set an intention to say, I'm setting the intention to make achievable, attainable goals. I mean, that's an amazing intention. Like the little things you do every day, by the end of the week, imagine you working on one thing a day. You're not stressing yourself out. You're not trying to go above. You're not trying to go above and beyond. You do your thing. By the 7th day, you'll be like, wow, I did so much this week. And this is how we invite more fulfillment into our life, because it doesn't need to be as overwhelming. It doesn't need to be so, your day doesn't need to be so packed with things to do, to accomplish, or things like that. If you guys kind of catch my drift there. I struggle a lot with self-worth due to constant feel of lack. But then I realized that that is resistance to the universe itself. I would not be here and alive if I was not worthy. Indeed, Louis, indeed. So much purpose, every single one of us, so much purpose. Exactly. You would not be alive if you were not worthy. You are worthy of life. We just did a breathwork practice. We are breathing in and out. That is life. Our awareness. I am on my own journey of recognizing the power of my own awareness, my own attention. I say this all the time, right? Social media, they will do anything for our attention. They'll make each platform as addictive as possible because they want our attention. And when you start to be more aware of the value in your own attention, you take your power back. You observe your thoughts, right? Be aware of the thoughts that are flowing through your mental field. They are not yours. They may have been programmed from a music video, from a show, from the news, from something you saw on Twitter, from the conspiracy theories we talk about. However you take it, right? Whatever's causing fear, okay? Just observe the thought, non-reactive towards thought, and you'll find yourself in that state where you are. You're fully here. You're grounded. Okay? You're able to be rational and impartial within the moment. Alrighty? I think a big aspect, what I've learned, especially within myself, with the feeling of self-worth, is creating goals that are attainable. So every day you wake up and you're like, look what I just did. Look what I just did. So you start feeling better and you feel better. And then that ties into your present moment practice. Now your mind is relaxed. Your mind isn't everywhere like, oh, I can't do this and I can't do that and this is impossible and this is No, your mind is like agreeing with them. It aligns, right? We're talking about taking care of the mind, observing the mind. This is something that's so important, is taking care of this, and a big part of that, right? This is why we talk about positive affirmations, continuously affirming to yourself, you are exactly where you need to be. All right? The situation you're in is a situation you can handle. All right? You continue to affirm yourself, I'm doing a great job. Look how far I've come. Whoa. I'm doing a great job. Continue to affirm those things to yourself. Your mind will relax. Okay? And even if it's not, right? Choose to be still. Choose to be still. And just observe. Just observe. We are potential for the amazing. That is amazing. That is valuable. We are potential for the amazing. That is amazing. You are amazement, right? You are value. Right? It's so interesting. It's like when you tap into source, you recognize that you already are. When we talk about I am, right? There's like two aspects of us, two dimensions of us, the doing and the being. And when we step into the being, right? When we're meditating, we're with source, we're reminding ourselves of our infinite powers, the timelessness of the essence of who we are. We step back into doing, we might step into the individual aspects of us. We're all individuals with unique ways that we engage with the world. You step into that and you're more grounded, so you can materialize, you can consciously manifest, you can create, you can find that a work or something you'd like to do that feels fulfilling to you. You find new hobbies, you meet new people, your relationships in your life improves, your relationship with yourself improves. Like, it's insane. That transformation, it very naturally happens on its own, because it very much feels everything just comes to you because you become a magnet for that. you know? So yeah. Unbarred mind. Your mind loves you. We've just given it an impossible job it wasn't created to do. There we go. There we go, right? Talking about giving it an impossible job. Smart goals, right? Life is simple when we allow it to be. Life is simple when we let it. And often what that does take is sitting back in stillness so we can even recognize, whoa, this overwhelm, I need to do something about it. This overwhelm, I can do something about it, right? Expanding your awareness. I appreciate this mind. It has helped me to get from point A to point B. It has helped me to create and build things that I never thought were possible. I appreciate my mind. Whoa, mind-body alignment. Whoa, now you can sit in meditation as long as you want, as long as you need, right? Now you when I talk about that resilience, when I talk about, your ability to just put one foot in front of the other and be open to whatever arises within your life situation, knowing that challenges, they're only challenges when we feel a sense of resistance, right? That's a challenge. But when we have this openness towards something, it's not a challenge. It's just an event that arises, and we just choose to shift our perspective. We shift what we do, It's just like each and every time we're shifting our awareness, we're shifting our state of consciousness, and the recognition that, life it's ever changing. So we're moving, we're shifting. We're talking about moon cycles, talking about the stars. If you're into astrology, all of that affects our life situation and what's happening. It's all there. How do you connect to source? Honestly, just by you asking that question, Louie, you've opened yourself up to connecting to source. It's easy. You are source. All right? The moment you become aware of I'll say this, right? Simplest way. One breath in, one breath out. You're already connected right there. That's a meditation right there. One conscious breath in, one conscious breath out. The mind will make it feel like it's so big. The mind will make it feel like it's in order to connect with source, I must meditate an hour a day, twice a day. I must isolate myself from the world. No, it's so easy. It's as simple as taking conscious breath in and out. The more you do that breath work, all right? I don't know if y'all have heard of Wim Hof. He has an app. I encourage y'all to check out his app. I do his breath work every day. I do breath work with my friends 4 times a week in the morning. We wake up 7:15 a.m. We do meditation breath work. All right. Simple as that. And it begins to expand, Louie. You begin to not only feel it in certain moments, but it expands and then it stays with you, where you're in awareness of, I am source. I'm always connected to source, right? We are all emanations of source. When you think of the sun, we are the ray of the sun, an emanation of the sun. When you think of an entire ocean, right? You're a wave. You're the wave and the ocean, right? And I know, like, the mind may be newly hearing this, it may not make sense, but don't worry about it, okay? You connect to source with the simple breath. You connect to source simply by asking a question, of asking it, and then it opens up to you, and then you receive it, and you're like, wow. How do you know you have? It's that moment when you feel calm. That moment you feel peace, you feel clarity. It doesn't matter your life situation, you feel it. It's there. Peace underlies every emotion we feel. Emotions are a part of the human experience, right? So we're going to feel happiness, excitement, we're going to feel sadness, we're going to feel despair. We're going to feel it, all right? But peace underlies all of that. I notice in moments where I feel myself breaking down, like thoughts getting the most of me. All right. The moment I become aware, the moment I just watch myself, watch yourself in those moments when you find yourself kind of just like breaking down more and more and more. Watch yourself. You're already inviting in awareness. You're already inviting in space. You're already inviting in presence. You're already connecting to source simply by watching yourself, becoming aware. Yo, it goes deep. It goes deep. The uva grape. Maybe I should meditate in public, but I'm scared because Chicago is dangerous. You don't have to, especially if it scares you. If you feel like, that's something you really need to do, follow it. But you don't need to meditate in public if you don't want to. Meditate in your room. You can meditate anywhere. Have I meditated? If I meditate in public, it's not in a city. I don't meditate I'm not really in cities a lot like that. I'm honestly not a big fan of cities. So, no. It's all right. There's a lot of people there. A lot of people. There's a lot going on. But yeah, the uva grape. Follow your intuition. Follow what you feel called to do. Maybe you just need to find a tree and meditate there. Maybe you just find maybe a public park if you want. If meditating in public is something you've been thinking about doing, maybe instead of in the middle of the city, you find a park or somewhere you think is safe. Just know that it doesn't really matter where you do it. You can be in a meditative state like we talk about. You don't have to be in a formal meditation, which is, I think, incredibly helpful for allowing you to be in a more meditative state throughout the day. But choose wisely. Choose wisely. Good stuff, Morsi. Breath work is a powerful tool for entering the present moment. Yes, breath means spirit. Breath means spirit. Man. Yeah. I was recognizing that because I've been so consistent with breath work, there was a moment the other day, maybe a day or two ago, where I felt feelings of anxiety arise. And immediately I just started, and I saw how it went away so quickly. I stepped so easily into the present moment because of that constant breath work. And because whenever I did breath work, it was always very calming. So immediately when I did just a conscious breath in and a conscious breath out, it transmuted that feeling of anxiety. So in that, you shift your relationship with it. It's already a matter of one, recognizing the emotion. Recognize and acknowledge it, okay? When you acknowledge it, you're not suppressing it. You're saying, oh, there it goes. It's rising. It's arising. Up, I feel it. It's there. Don't give it a story, all right? I want to remind you, it's easy. It's simple when you allow it to be. When you're aware enough, it's simple. And when you have consistent breath work practices, you'll notice more and more. Like I said, you start off small, you do more and more. Oh my gosh, you'll notice it. You are legit bringing in life. You are inviting in spirit, right? It becomes more aware. You are tapped in with source. And even if you feel that, right? Anxiety no longer has a name when you stop thinking about it, when you stop giving it a story. It soon becomes just a sensation. Fear is no longer fear when you stop giving it a story. Anxiety is no longer anxiety when you stop giving it a story. And when you are just there, you go out of your mind and into your body, right? All it is sensation. So you're there with the breath work and the sensation. But when it starts to feel fearful, it's because you tap back into your head. That's all right. This is a part of the practice. This is a part of us training our mind. This is a part of us taking care of our mind. It's like when you're going to the gym, okay? Where you become aware of the differences of weights. You're training your muscles. So that's why your muscles get bigger in the gym. You're training them. So it's the same thing we're doing with our mind. We're taking care of it. And that's what happens when we feel these feelings. And this is when you see that full shift. Like when negative thoughts come up, oh, way better. It's like, I've been there before. That's what happens. That's what has happened with me. There would be a thought come up and it's like, I remember you. You come in my head quite often. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to do some breath work. I'm going to acknowledge it. And also, I'm not going to resist you. I'm just going to say, I see you and I acknowledge you. I'm not going to believe you. I'm not going to get involved in you. Right? This is how we shift our relationship with thoughts, and we use them instead of them using us. All right? The mind is not the enemy. The ego is not the enemy. Thoughts and emotions, they are not your enemies. They are just aspects of being here in form. They're just aspects of being like a spiritual being in this human experience. So we're learning, and we're growing. An ancient Greek language. Okay, I like that. I'm pretty sure I feel like I've heard that too. Breathwork is a powerful practice that builds neural connections in the brain that supports metacognition. There we go. Beyond metacognition. Indeed. I invite everyone here. To have a breathwork practice. I shared a research with you. There's a Wim Hof app. There's also YouTube videos with Wim Hof. Just specifically Wim Hof. He's really known for breathwork. But there's so much breathwork stuff out there. I encourage you to add that to your routine. Everybody on here, anyone listening, add that to your routine. It makes a huge difference in your relationship with yourself, life, spirit, your relationship with any emotions, any discomforting emotions arise. Breath is such a grounding experience and practice, and man, yeah, I'm definitely diving into breath work more and learning, different aspects of it. Still new and exploring it, but it's beautiful. Yeah. SMART goals. Attainable, relevant. Verify your goals are relevant, right? Relevant to what you do. So you're not wasting your time and energy. Make sure it's relevant. And time-based. Give yourself a time. That is so important. I realize that there's good pressure. I don't want to say good and bad, but there's pressure that empowers you, and then there's a pressure that creates fear, right? So let's say there's something you'd like to do and accomplish, and you give yourself 21 days to do it. That could empower you. You say, all right, 21 days at this date, this will be complete, right? Let's say, for example, you're an artist and you want to do an art show. Something that I like to do is encourage people or anyone who enjoys art, music, whatever it might be, but specifically art, to do your own art show, a solo art show for you. Many times we might create in mind with someone else is going to see it. So then that distorts, our relationship with the moment and our relationship with what we're doing. And so when you choose to say, I'm going to have a solo art show and it's going to be for me, right? Maybe you're a musician, you like music, it's gonna be for me. Maybe you make videos, it's gonna be for you. All right. Every so often, I haven't done it in a while, but I used to make myself my own videos to myself. But what I do actually do is talk out loud to myself, affirming things, for sure, right? So you're doing these things for yourself. And going back to the time base, giving yourself a time where you feel empowered. You're feeling empowered, like, yes, I can definitely do that. At first, my mind was like, oh, it's a challenge, but I can do that. I like it. It actually is a catalyst for whatever you are intending, your intentions you'd like to realize and those goals you'd like to reach, right? It becomes a catalyst for that, where you wake up every day and you feel fulfilled because you feel a sense of purpose. So definitely, this goal is your goal. Know that you have so much more control than you think you do. So SMART goals. Dive into that. Louis, I struggle a lot with anxiety. I feel very disconnected to myself sometimes, a lack of groundedness. I have fell to the floor due to this, and I felt this symbolized the groundedness I lacked. Falling to the floor, and the floor was there. Yeah. Louie, I want to let you know you're doing a great job, especially for the fact that you're here, you're in this environment, you're in an environment that reminds you of who you truly are, that reminds you that, you know, you're more than your life situation. You're more than those thoughts that come up. A lot of the thoughts that are in our minds, someone said it to you. You heard it from someone. It's not you, right? When we learn about the nature of thoughts and how they work and how they work and influence emotions, we become more aware, right? Emotions are a mirror of thought within the body. I'm not sure if you heard me share this, but there's something called this thought and loop cycle, something I learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza, right? First, we have a thought, and that thought influences our emotion. So what we're thinking, our body feels. What we're thinking, our body feels. When we feel that emotion enough, then eventually that emotion affects our thinking. So then we feel an emotion, and then the thought comes up immediately. It's a cycle, right? This is why one of the greatest ways to get out of that loop, because that's all it is a loop, an endless loop. The same things over and over, endless loop. This is when you start to shift your way of thinking. So then it shifts your emotion. And this is why consistently affirming to yourself what aligns with you, mind, body, and spirit. I think I shared with you guys already, but I'll share it again. There's this app called Third Eye. I got it. There's this Instagram page called Third Eye, and I love, they have so many, affirmations that they share. And so I actually made it a little widget on my phone, and it's constantly giving me throughout the day affirmations. I just love to read it. It puts me in a great mood. Like, I create good health by talking about and thinking about my wellness. Isn't that what we're doing right now? I create good health by talking about and thinking about my wellness. You see right there, how do you create good health by talking about and thinking about your awareness? Because your thoughts are energy, okay? Your thoughts are energy, and when you speak it out loud, oh my gosh, it's even more powerful. And then you start to attract more and more, this is how I can take care of myself. This is how I can have a practice where I give awareness to my wellness, my mental well-being, my physical well-being, my spiritual well-being, right? It's so much it's a lot simpler than we think it is, and I want you all to always remember that it's so much more simple than we think. Yeah. So much information for you here, Louie. Like I say, you're in the right place. You're doing well. Hey, smart goals, smart goals. I was going to talk about flow state, but we could do that. I'm going to do that next live. In my head, I was like, might be a lot. So this one was about creating smart goals, intention setting, things like that. Has anyone set any intentions for themselves? And are there any intentions that you would like to share in the chat? That's a great way to make it feel more alive as well, by whether you're writing it, you're speaking it out loud. What are some of your intentions? Let me know. Louis, I have a great fear of death. I feel this came from multiple near-death experiences I experienced as a child. This, I feel, is a cause of a manifestation of being health obsessed. Yeah. You, Louis, you are definitely a very, I would say, I want to say there's a lot of strength in you, just like you talked about. And I could see within you that you see the light. You know what's happening, right? You're feeling it. And it's happening more and more where you're becoming aware. Even when we think about like death in many ways, I noticed, at least here in America, or maybe it's Western culture, there's not a good relationship with death. And when I say a good relationship, it's kind of that like fear of like I don't know how to explain it. Let's see. Our relationship with death is different because when you think of different cultures, like Mexican culture, where they have the El Dia de los Muertos, right? I think that's what it's called. Even in India, they have different ceremonies for death. So there's a lot less fear around it. They close the space around it. Even when you think of us now, like the essence of who you are, it never truly dies. We are timeless. We are always here, timeless. So Umbard Mine, thank you for coming. Thank you for stopping by. Much love, much love. Thank you for stopping by. Just Sean, I intend to use technology less and moving to a different environment. Ooh, there you go. Very nice. It would be nice to see you use those SMART goals with it and be specific. It's really nice to see you really taking control over your routine. You continue to stay aligned, or each and every day you're doing your thing. You're coming here to Here Now live stream. Much love, Sean. But yeah, Louie, all I want to say is continuously, like, affirm to yourself you're in the right place. You're becoming more and more aware, and you've been watching my videos. That's so beautiful. I would like to recommend a book to you. And you know what's very interesting is that I had the book and I actually gave it away because my neighbor, her dog passed away, and she had been telling, she had been sharing it for a while that her dog was sick and she'd have to put him down soon. And she put him down and she told me and my mom, and I felt her heart. And I have this book by Thich Nhat Hanh. It's about how to live when a loved one dies. It's such a beautiful book. When you talk about like tapping in to your being, tapping in to a reminder that we are beyond this body and beyond this mind. He goes so deep into that, and it's so nurturing. It's a small book, and it has small passages, and you read one, you sit there in stillness, you meditate on it, and he talks about nature walks, right? And I think that book is beautiful for anyone who is looking to improve their relationship with death. There's one thing that's guaranteed within this world, right? And it's that we're all going to die one day. And it doesn't mean, and it's important that we start to build a healthier relationship around it. That's all I'm saying. A healthier relationship around this inevitability. And so we're not fearing, so that, we can shift from fearing it every day to, learning about it. And it might be something to help you, Louie. That book is actually, I put it in my book list if you'd like to check it out. Check it out. You can even get the free Kindle version before getting it, but definitely check it out. I tried to open myself up to different perspectives on death, exposing myself to teachings from Alan Watt and Eckhart Tolle. You're on a great path. You're doing exactly what you need to do. What I would say too is that consistency is it. Each and every day, if you set a SMART goal for yourself, one of my intentions is to improve my relationship with death. Well, then what that means is that now you're opening yourself up to improving that. We never know why we have certain experiences, but know that these experiences are opportunities for the evolution of your consciousness, right? So, pain is inevitable. And suffering is a choice, right? The ego may be like, I don't like that. What do you mean suffering is a choice? No. But pain is inevitable. And when we start to shift our relationship around certain experiences, we have compassion, self-compassion for ourselves. Of course, it's not like, we have to like get over it so soon. What's the title of the book? The title of the book is How to Live When a Loved One Dies. Also, check the link in my description because it's in there in the book list, so you can see it, by Thich Nhat Hanh. I'll write it down right here. Let me double. It's a purple book. Thich Nhat Hanh. There you go. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I think one of the greatest ways when you feel like your life situation, when you feel resistance, is affirming to yourself, like, this situation, I'm meant to have it, and that means I can get through it. I can get through it. Consciously being aware and knowing, all right, I don't need to fear. Fear is an illusion. And if you do fear, it's okay. You know? Yeah, Thich Nhat Hanh, love him. Love him. You are very welcome. Very, very welcome. Alrighty. Take a moment to take in everything you just learned, to be with any realizations that may have came up within this live. Be there with it. Just observe it, non-reactive. Follow the natural inhalation and exhalation of your breath. Here's a little something I enjoy doing. I'm gonna share a tarot card with y'all. Tarot, it's an oracle card. You know, reading our energy. If there's a little extra message that anyone in the chat might need, or I'm gonna ask something for the collective, you know, message will come up. I enjoy oracle cards because they're a reminder that I'm not alone. If ever there's a moment of unconsciousness, forgetting that I am more than this body, I am more than the life situation, my life situation. Oracle cards are pretty cool because they read your energy. Read it, you end up getting the exact message you need, and you're like, what? How'd that happen? Because everything is energy, because we are not separate. We are one small aspect of something much greater than ourselves. And sometimes we forget. That's a big part of being here. We forget. Forget to remember. We came here. Who are we? Who am I? Am I just this person? What does the collective need to hear? What does the collective need to hear? Shuffling is found it. It's like, how do you just pick a card? It's just like, I live in awe and bewilderment at the workings of the universe every day. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know exactly how things work all the time. Ooh. Ooh. Purification. Detox, cleanse, liberate. Wow. Wow. I don't know if anyone needs to hear this right now. Detox, cleanse, and liberate. This guy's in water. Water is emotions. Water represents emotions, by the way. There's fish in the water, too. Those are all symbols of something. It's blue. It seems to be at nighttime. Maybe it has a bit to do with rest. Who knows? It's just a card. I'm going to read it to you guys. Purification. A wave of peace is flooding into your heart. The river fairy inspires you to flow with the current. All right, I'm going to open the door for my cat. 1 second. Come hither, young queenie cats. Please go in thy royal box and hang out. All right, I'm back. I'm going to read this again. A wave of peace is flooding into your heart. The river fairy inspires you to flow with the current of self-compassion to heal any perceived shame. Bathe in the moon river to cleanse and clear away all toxins from your mind, body, and soul. You are a whole, complete, and divine expression of love. You do not always feel it because you continuously beat yourself up about past disenchantments. It's time to release your past hurts and disappointments into a river of tears to liberate your spirit so you can float along without a care in the world. Release the need to control everything. Find the current of least resistance and spring forward in cheerful splashes and bounds. The river of life overflows with the blessings of spiritual growth. Healing happens with sweet surrender. Swimming upstream is exhausting. The river fairy guides you to change your course and ride freely with the tides. Let go with forgiveness and be buoyed by the tranquil stream of unconditional love. Replacing self-punishing patterns with self-loving practices lightens the load and takes the weight off your shoulders. Open your heart to receive the endless bounty of the river fairy. Bliss, happiness, and nourishment is flooding in for you. There is a continuous supply of sustenance from the river of life for everyone. Receive these gifts with a gracious spirit and show your appreciation with jubilation. Dance and swim with the river fairy to rediscover your inner child. The happy noise of laughter lifts your spirit as you frolic with the playful fae again. Affirmation. I release myself. I release with self-compassion. So much of what we chatted about today. Man. Release any guilt or shame. Release it. Letting go of the past. Recognizing that you are not your thoughts. That in those moments, that does not define who you are. And you can change. You can shift the way you perceive yourself. You can change the way you see yourself. You are not limited to past experiences. Your identity does not lie in past experiences. In fact, those past experiences all influence exactly how you shift the way you see yourself. It could be that motivation. It can be that catalyst to hold self-compassion for yourself and those around you. What literally just came into my head was, cancel culture, right? Not giving people the opportunity to grow, to learn, to rehabilitate, but immediately shaming, choosing to misunderstand, right, as a form of like bullying. So then we don't allow ourselves, we don't forgive ourselves from the past or from things that we have done that we might feel shame or guilt for. Release it in the river of tears. We were talking about emotions, right? Release. Tears are a release, in an unconscious mind state. I would say in a programmed mind state, some may see tears as a weakness. Sure, when you're crying, you may be in a vulnerable state, but you're in a state of release. Vulnerable just means open to attack. It doesn't mean that you will be attacked. It just means you're open. And what happens there is up to your sense of it. That's why vulnerability is so powerful. That's why vulnerability allows you to connect in many ways, because there's an openness, right? I mean, that's one definition of it, okay? Don't get too tight on that. But that's something I learned, like vulnerability, right? It just means you're open to something. It's not something to fear, but when you're open, it allows you to receive. And allowing yourself to cry and release, it really does release whatever energy, whatever memories, however you've seen yourself. It allows you to release. Right? So if anything for y'all, be sure you cleanse, cry it out, forgive yourself, be compassionate towards yourself, affirm to yourself. Make sure you got positive affirmations everywhere you go, right? Affirmations to affirm your wholeness, to affirm your beingness. All right. Continue to check out here, be here and Here Now live stream, join the community. Be here in this beautiful healing process where we're learning how to take care of ourselves. We're learning how to take care of our mind. And purification. So I don't know if that resonated with anyone. Looks like Louie and Sean. Very nice. I receive. Let's take another moment, just some conscious breaths to take that in once again. Inviting in stillness, inviting in space. When we invite in space, all right, it's like inviting in space, it creates this separateness, a separateness between attachment to thought, emotion, story, narratives, whatever it might be. So whenever there's an opportunity for you to acknowledge space, to just be in space, to be consciously aware of your breath, take it. This is what puts you in a meditative state throughout the day. Alrighty, let's take this moment for some conscious deep breaths. Take in that purification, all right? Release the guilt, release the shame, liberate yourself through tears, and dance in the river, play in the river. Allow your inner child to be set free. Vibe check. Let me know in the chat how everyone is feeling. How are you feeling? What's your vibe? What's your state of being? How are you feeling? Let me know. Let me know. Drew, thank you for stopping in. Much love, much love. So good to see you here. Louis, what is your opinion on crystals? Do you feel they harness any power? A cashier was speaking to me about they help you but isn't that a dependence on something external? All right, so right here I'm wearing a crystal. This is how I feel about crystal, right? Well, what I've learned too is every crystal holds a different energy and therefore a different consciousness, a different awareness. It holds something different. If you were to go into a crystal shop, you will find that you are attracted to different crystal. Like some crystal, you're attracted to different crystals. You're not attracted to every crystal. So you'll go in and your hands will reach for maybe a blue crystal or a purple crystal or a red crystal, or the color. I go by colors first because that a lot of times immediately it represents a energy center for me. But every crystal has a meaning, and every crystal has something that they help to aid and guide you with. So yes, I do feel that I feel a connection towards crystals, like even this one. So this crystal, I actually got it when I felt like my relationship with my voice and speaking, like throat chakra and just speaking and my just authentic expression. In the moment, I didn't have the best relationship with it. Went to a crystal shop, I got this, started wearing it, and I think it's just like it influences your energy field, right? We all have an energy field, we all have an aura, and crystals help to influence that, I would say, I would say that when it comes to something being dependence is more of like, I cannot do something without this crystal. I cannot speak without this crystal, right? This one is it starts with an S. So I honestly forget the names of these crystals. I mostly just like go and like, some crystals I have. Let me get the name of it. But yeah, crystals hold powerful energy, powerful healing energies. There's healers who use it. I mean, I don't know that much about it, but I know a good amount, and crystals are used for energy. So it's the thing is that you can become dependent on anything. Dependence is more about your relationship with that object. So you can use it as a tool and say, this is helpful, and know that you can go on your merry way without needing it. So that means you're independent. But dependence is like, oh my gosh, I need this in order to accomplish. I need this. Then you're no longer independent. So your dependence on it is not as, you're dependent on it. It becomes dependent. So I think that's fun to tap into and to learn about. I have a couple crystals and I wear crystals. So yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Feeling grounded, Ronan. Grounded. Honestly, I have to say the same. I'm feeling grounded at the moment. That's my vibe check. I'm feeling grounded. Let me get the name of this crystal. Anyone else with a vibe check? How are you feeling? This is good to do. Vibe check throughout the day. Coming back to you. Sometimes our mind is so paying attention to so much of the external that we don't bring our awareness back to us, right? Awareness is love. Awareness is love. Oh, your awareness is powerful. So when you check on yourself, you do a quick vibe check. That's a self-care practice. It's a lot simpler than we think. Crystal named, let me see. Blue crystal. Soda light. I think this one's soda light. No, it's not. It's not soda light. No. Is it? Yes. No. I have a soda light crystal. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure what this crystal is. Ronan, thank you. Feeling grounded. Louis, I was feeling at ease. There we go, Sean. Feeling at ease. All right. Grounded, at ease. Louis, I was definitely attracted to some. However, I did not want to be dependent on pistachio calcite. It's beautiful. It just so happened to be associated with my sign. I still don't know what that means, though. Pistachio calcite. I would say that dependence on anything is just it's not the object. It's not the crystal, right? So it's like when you're addicted to anything. It could be like you could be addicted to drugs, or you could be addicted to coffee, or you could be addicted to alcohol. You could be addicted to crystals. It's not the object. It's more of the relationship with it that creates the dependency, So that's how I see it. But yeah, you said just so happens my sign. I still don't know. I was definitely attracted to somehow already known pistachio calcite. Ah, yes, it's green too. Green is heart chakra. Oh, my heart just softened when I just read that. Yes, oh my God. Pistachio, that is crazy. I literally just said my heart just softened when I looked at the crystal. Like, literally felt the energy of the crystal from a picture. Pistachio calcite is a softening stone of emotion that opens up your heart and throat chakra. The stone helps soften your overall tone and release inward thoughts that have been quietly buried within. Louis, honestly, I feel like that crystal is something that will be helpful for you. When it comes to dependency on something, it has more to do, like I said, with your relationship with it. It's for calming. That's another one. It really opens up your heart. It calms you indeed. If you feel drawn to it, just get a tiny one and hold it and meditate with it. Set an intention. So for example, the properties of this, the meaning of it, and the energy. See what a crystal does, right? You're attracted to it, Louis, because there is something within you that wants to be expressed. It would like to be released. And so that's why you're drawn to it. The energy is pulling together. They're coming together. The crystal is just a symbol, all right, of what's already within you. Okay. Oh, you have some. You have a sphere. Beautiful. Cleanse it under the moonlight, under the sun, whatever. Meditate with it and set intentions. All right. So, for example, it's a softening stone, an emotion that opens up your heart and throat chakra. It helps soften your overall tone and release inward thoughts that have been quietly buried within. Right. You can set an intention, set an environment. That's a big part of intention, is setting an environment, a comfortable, safe space within your room. You can have candles, whatever it might be, and set intentions. Hold that and set intentions that are around the energy of that. And you will most definitely, that crystal is calling your name, right? It's calling your name. All right. I personally, I wouldn't, yeah. Yeah. Aman Gabby, welcome to Here Now live stream. How to stop doubting yourself. Just do it. Whatever you are doubting yourself on, it's because the mind is saying, I within the past, I have not achieved A, B, and C, therefore I can't do it again. Now I'm doubting myself. Or there's a thought within the mind, and that thought was either said to you or you heard it somewhere and you believed it. right? Just in a nutshell. Whatever it is that you might be doubting yourself with, put one foot in front of the other, okay? Release the importance of whatever it is that it is you'd like to do or accomplish, right? So it's kind of like saying, affirm to yourself, I have nothing to prove to anybody. There's not an identity I need to protect. I don't need to stand out, and I don't need to be special. Okay? All of those things allows you to step into the present moment and really opening up yourself to allowing. When it comes to doubt, just do it. And you got to prove that conditioned mind wrong. In a nutshell, okay? Stepping out of victim mode is use your pain, transform it into wisdom. Every experience we have is the experience that we need. It is working for you. You are a victor. You are no victim. You are a victor. Often the egoic mind, that unobserved aspect, it likes that because it gives us an identity, right? It gives us this identity of saying, being identified with pain. So we think that our painful experiences are who we are. And so that's what begins to create a victim mindset, that we are that painful experience. But that is not who you are. And when you start recognizing who you are not, you begin to bring awareness to who you are. Alrighty? So stepping out of that, one aspect of stepping out of victim mode, Amon Gabby, is recognizing that you are not your thoughts, emotions, or life experiences. In fact, they are all there for the evolution of your consciousness. Use them. Don't let them use you. Drew, you feel great. Really cool room. Yeah, thank you. It's a little vibey, huh? Got some lights. I'm glad you're feeling great, Drew. So glad you're here in the Here Now live stream. So glad you are here. Addicted to source. There we go. Loving source. A lot of times, especially when we continuously have these meditative practices, which meditation is essentially bringing us back to source every time, reminding us we are not separate, right? It allows us to step out of victim mode and allows us to stop doubting ourselves, because we allow ourselves to sit there in non-reactivity with those thoughts. So Amon Gabby, I would invite you to create a meditation practice for yourself. Everyone in the chat, I would. It's a game changer. You can start it off with 1 minute. You can start it off with conscious breathing. 1 conscious breath in, 1 conscious breath out. That's a meditation. And then continue to do it. Make it longer. Be in stillness and sit there, one with source. And you'll allow yourself, everything you learned, all this knowledge that you learn, you're able to absorb it more. Otherwise, the words that you hear, even the words you're hearing here now live stream, it's not going to mean much. You're just going to hear it, and there's not going to be any actual, you won't see any shifts in consciousness in your life, But I mean, even being here, you can. I'm not going to say that, But it's very important. I highly encourage you to invite presence in your life through a meditation practice. Chrysocola. Let's see. Ronan. Chrysocola stone. Ooh, it's a blue one. It's a throat chakra. What is it used for? So chrysocola, with associations of tranquility, peace, intuition, patience, and unconditional love, is known as a healing stone among Native American cultures, where it has been used to strengthen the body's resistance to illness and emotional duress. Wow. Chrysocolla is a stone of both gentleness and power. It allows the fluidity of emotion, expression, grace, and poise. Very nice. Recently bought one. Very nice, Ronan. Man. Wow. So cool learning about stones. Alrighty. Just Sean feeling at ease. I usually do vibe checks, so at ease. And Andrew said, Drew said he's feeling great. Ronan feeling grounded. Cheers to that. Cheers to just checking in on ourselves. That's all it is, checking in with ourselves. I want to thank you all for attending Here Now live stream. In fact, thank yourself for attending Here Now live stream, for giving yourself the opportunity to be in a space where you open up for healing, you open up to receive the messages you're meant to hear in order to make any shifts or changes within your life. Okay. Here Now live stream is all about expanding. The intention of Here Now live stream community and space is to expand our awareness around the present moment awareness. What does it mean to be here now? What does that look like and feel like in our day-to-day life and experiences? And how does that help improve the way our perception of life, right? I usually say life doesn't need to get better. It's the mind that says life needs to get better, right? And that does not take away from any form of motivation you may have to reach goals. What it does is allows you to be accepting, be in alignment, in harmony with the now, so you work with the present moment, and so you do not have to yearn. You do not have to feel so much resistance. In fact, you're working harmoniously with life, because life is always going to do its own thing. Universe is always doing, and if you hop onto that wave, infinite possibilities arise. Blue lace agate, right? Yeah, I think I know that one too, Louis. So yes, I want to thank each and every one of you who have been here now live stream every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 6:45 p.m. EST. I will see you all again there. And yeah, thank you once again for attending. And it was so nice meeting anyone like Louis and Aman. I know I haven't seen y'all before in here. Thank you so much. Thank you for your energy. Great questions. Loving it. All right, y'all. I'm sending y'all peace. I'm sending you all love. And I'm sending you all continued presence. Much love. Peace and love. Peace, Sean. Thank you for moderating. See you, Louis. Thank you so much for allowing me to step into awareness once again. Indeed, much love. Take care. Ronan, much love. Take care. I'll see you all next time.